The sick rose.
Thou art sick. The invisible worm that flies in the night, in a howling storm, has found out thy bed of crimson joy, and his dark secret love does thy life destroy. Rose, thou art sick. The invisible worm that flies in the night in a howling storm has found out thy bed of crimson joy, and does with his dark secret love thy life destroy.
One of Blake's most successful poems and one of his shortest, isn't it? Many lines been written on this very short 8-line poem. Rose, the sick rose. The rose is sick because the invisible worm that flies in the night in the howling storm has found out thy bed of crimson joy, has found the source of the rose's joy, and is eating away at it, presumably, and his dark secret love does thy life destroy. What is the dark secret love? What is the worm? What does the rose represent? I think the first thing to say, there are many different interpretations of this poem, but I think secondly it's important to sort of understand that it's quite a symbolic poem. This is a poem where it's clearly metaphorical in the sense that the rose is not a literal rose, it is a rose that represents something, but it's not a clear metaphor, is it? It's not a clear comparison because we don't quite know what the rose is, although we can sort of speculate endlessly on that. And so that's what makes it the rose a symbol for something. A symbol is when we're not quite clear fully what the object is that's being compared to. So what the image in the poem is being compared to. It is symbolic of something. And the worm likewise. Now, in recent years, this poem has been interpreted in a sexual way, and the worm is seen as sort of a phallic symbol, a symbol of male sexuality, that is a symbol of male desire, and the rose has been interpreted as female sexuality or female desire, and that the bed of crimson joy is sex, and that dark secret love is perhaps sexual shame. That the rose and the worm are having a secret affair, they're having a secret sexual relationship which they feel shame about, and that is destroying their life because they can't enjoy having sex in a open and sincere and what we might call an innocent way. They're experienced, as it were, and this is a kind of double edge to experience, isn't it? That they think they are doing things in the adult way, but they're not. They're destroying their lives, aren't they, with this shameful, secretive sexual relationship, and these feelings of shame about their the crimson joy that they once had. That's one interpretation, isn't it? It doesn't have to be all of them. I mean, the dark secret love could be the love of possessions, couldn't it? And the crimson joy could be the delight in having things, in possessing things, and that this poem could be less about sex and more about control, that the invisible worm has taken control of the rose, and that his love of possessing her, his kind of jealousy is the problem. So less of a sexual interpretation, but it's a sort of a metaphor about possession and control. Well worth kind of thinking about and interpreting yourself. The illustrations that go with the poem are very informative, I think, and do give a kind of sexual, lot of sexual kind of connotations to the poem as well.
Rose, thou art sick. The invisible worm that flies in the night, in a howling storm, has found